You got some bars because she said, I don't know where she got it from. She said, God, I believe Kai is doing all that she can within the natural, and we ask that you just add the super. Ugh, that's a bar. Supernatural. All together now because God is supernatural, right? He does more than what we can think of and what we can possibly imagine. Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Kyrie Rashid Show, and I'm so glad that you decided to come back for more. So what's up? What's up is that I'm well moisturized. Just got out the shower. What's up is that I don't even know. I've been lagging. What's up is that I am changing. I'll do better than I am. Which I know what that's from. Dreamgirls. We're a dream girl. Oh, we'll make you happy. Yeah, yeah. Got me a Cadillac. I should probably watch that tonight. It's Friday. Okay, my bad. What is actually up? Same old shit. Just a different day. I was trying to get it each and every way. Yeah, last week we was talking about faith in the mustard seed. I think we still talking about that, but we kind of moving on up. How there may be like a newfound hope, maybe like, okay, God, because I need some clarity. Obviously, Drake said company, but I remixed it. Now what? Yeah, man. My mini me leaving. He going to college. Shout out to LaQuint if he watches this. He leaving next week. Teardrop. Not for killing nobody. For sadness. But happiness. Had to shed a tear for that one time for my dog. My birthday. It's my birthday. Are you gonna say that on my birthday? My birthday? You gonna give me a birthday present on my birthday? Birthday coming up. Nina finna be out here on my birthday. Clay's out of town, thugging with her rounds in that leg brace. She gonna be back before my birthday. I clean my room a little bit. Getting out of hand. A new season for Chosen Hoops is coming up. Fall season. Kids going back in school at the beginning of August. Where they do that at here. It's really interesting. Yeah, man. We just out here making moves. So what happened was I got a phone call. No, let me go back. Let me take it back. Right? We talked about I'm holding on to a little faith. Shout out to that person, I don't know their name, who said, hold on, baby girl, God got you. Amen. Thank you. Shamala, shamala. Nah, but for real though. Like for real. Needed that. And I appreciate that comment. I mean, I feel a little bit better, I'd say. I had some conversations. I had some revelations. I had some inspirations. And I talked to a few Caucasians. My fault. Anyways, so it's like Mom said, I think you do a really good job of locking in and trying to control what you can control, but it's like, what else could you do? Like, where else could you go if you can't go to Bella Noche's? Like, I'm doing the best with what I got, and this is all I got. This is all I got.
This is all I got.
And it's like, well, what else could you do? And in her prayers, I told her, I said, you got some bars because she said, I don't know where she got it from. She said, God, I believe Kai is doing all that she can within the natural, and we ask that you just add the super. Ugh, that's a bar. Supernatural. All together now, because God is supernatural, right? He does more than what we can think of and what we can possibly imagine. And I said, that's just a bar right there. And then she's saying in the prayer, I'm like, I'm turned up, I'm geeked up, and I just been holding on to the prayer music, my Jesus playlist. Um, Shout out to my dogs for pouring into me pretty much during this time period. Yeah, LaQuinta's included in my dogs now because he's just been telling me stuff too. But basically, my few phone calls that I had provided me with a little spark, a little bit of spark, a little bit of clarity. I did start a devotional, and it was only a 3-day devotional, but I think I'm gonna add on like another 5-day devotional that had to do with clarity and just like how to move when you don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? How to move according to God's plan and not my own. You know what I'm saying? So I'm 2 days into it. I think this is the third and last day of the devotional, but I'm going to do another one that I've seen as well. And it's like simplistic, right? But it provides a newfound hope. It's like things where it's like, okay, no, I feel you with the Bible scriptures and stuff. And it's like, it provides me hope to get into the word and to, I don't know, I guess get some type of feedback from something other than what's going on in my head and what I think and what I'm trying to prepare for, right? And then talking to my godmom is pretty much always helpful. Um, and she prayed for me, you know, just about this time because a lot of frustrating factors that I can't control, and I always am trying my best to not act up. You could get smacked up. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like being that way. And it was starting to feel like, okay, well, what the fuck? What the fuck is up? For real. For real. And I don't know, I just did stuff on my own. I made a couple calls too and just decided, I'm like, come on, kick it to me straight. And obviously, I'm trusting in man and in people to aid me on my path. But at the end of the day, no faith in man, you put your faith in God. You put your faith in big dog. And that's where I'm trying to keep my faith. But others, I need a support system as well to help me down out here on this town. Mm-hmm. Um, yeah, man. So I think I got a little bit of a spark and a little bit of an energy, especially after today. And prayers works wonders. Another thing that happened is that I went to church, and like I don't like going up to the pulpit. I don't like going up to the front. I don't, not too much attention on me. You feel me? And even when I was younger, and like Melissa, I don't know if it was she. No, I don't know. I don't think it was to college. I don't think it was in there at that point. But I believe I was going on a basketball trip, and she forced me to go up there this time because obviously she was in the church. In the church, like I was like cool, and like so they knew me, but I'm a shy gal. I don't want to be in the front for real. Um, Crazy juxtaposition there, but like I don't want to go up to the thing. I don't want all the people coming up to me, asking me questions and saying, "Oh, where's your next time?" I don't want. I don't want. Right, but she was very. I don't know if I could say persistent. She just said, "Come on, girl, we doing it." Like you know what I'm saying. So she really had to pursue. She said, "Do it." I said, "Okay, here I come." Like there are certain urges a lot of times, especially like in church and like with God and like asking for help, especially in my support system and being able to talk about it that I have urges, but I'm like, bitch, you better figure it out. You better lock in and figure this shit out because that's what you do. You lock in and figure it out. So she basically sent me to up there. She came with me. I'm like, can you please come with me, please? She came with me, and then all of them had their hands on me, and it was like, it wasn't like, shabba shabba, like they wasn't doing that. What movie was that? Where she? Oh my god, it was for Color Girls, y'all. Where Whoopi took what's her name? Tessa? Is it Tessa? In there and grabbed her hand and was like, ah, ah, and put the stuff. It wasn't like that. But it was very nice, peaceful prayers. I felt better afterwards, but I'm not the type to go up to the church, up into the front and be like, introduce myself and be like, hey, I need you to do this. So I've been going to the church out here. And I'm not like in the church. I wouldn't say I'm part of a church, but it's the church I've been going to for whenever I could go. And they be having prayer cards. So they got, yeah, you can come up to the pulpit, but also if that's too much for you, just give us a little card, put it in the box. We're going to get back to you. And I say, you know what? This time I'm going to do it. This time I'm going to do it. So I took that prayer card and I was in church and I just, hey, my name is so and so. I'm going through this real quick. I just need prayers on, clarity and whatever next steps part of my life, right? They got back to me fast. Mind you, this is kind of a big church. Kind of a big church. So amen to that. And shout out, I don't know how to say their name, I don't think. Shout out to them for getting back to me. And it's like something, I was doing something different that I never did before. Going up to the pulpit is a lot for Emma. So like that's not my ministry. But sending, dropping that card in the box and just walking out, I love that. I love that. I can do that all day. So, but it was the first time I was doing it, and I feel like during the time I've had urges to be like, maybe get some prayer over you. And I feel like I could do a better job of asking other people to pray for me as well. Because I've also stepped into a season where I've started praying for people out loud. Now, one thing about me, I'll pray out loud by myself. Me and Big Dog, we cool like that. But then when it comes to other people, like even when I went back home to Nina's, to Sean's celebration of life, Sean, her mother, celebration of life, and I prayed out loud for Nina. I prayed out loud for the girl. I lock in when I need to, but as far as on the daily, I do not do that. I pray for the Quince out loud. He asked me to. I was put on the spot. I was stressed. I said, oh my God, but I locked in. And whatever comes to me, God put it in me, not on me. You feel me? You feel me? So yeah, that was another different thing that I decided to do as well as the devotional. And going to therapy and kind of talking it out about, how I feel. And I felt emotional. I feel sad. I felt like I wanted to cry. But the cry hasn't crowed yet. The cry has not crowed. It's not there. I can't. It's not. It's not coming out. But I feel it. Like I feel maybe when the wind leaves, that's when I'm gonna boo hoo. You know what I'm saying? But we all know I don't like. I don't like when I don't know what the fuck going on. So yeah. So wait, I got it. So then the Quince, right? Bless his heart. I'm not gonna say too much because he may not know I'd be talking about him on here. But hey, if he was locked in, he'll figure it out, right? Um, we've been having talks on top of talks on top of talks, and I'm an emotional gal. He's an emotional boy, I would say as well. And bro challenges me. He sure does. And I believe, yep, today on this very day, the Lord said, told me he don't like. I need to basically give myself more grace because I'm doing a good job, and I'm just way too hard on myself. I said, you might know a little something. I don't know. I taught you that. But I forget that he be watching me a little bit. And he's like, you say stuff like you don't know if something's gonna happen. Like stop saying I don't like when you say that. It really upsets me when you say that because I want you to go and I believe you can go. And I know you can go. I'll be talking about basketball. Because we've been to win. Where have you been at the gym for like the past 8 months? And his belief in me and his wanting me to feeling better about myself, like gives me a little juice, right? Because I think I said in episodes before that I want I want to, have the chance to even show him what it looks like when you put in that work and then your dreams come true. And sometimes I get sad because I feel like maybe I'm not gonna have the opportunity to show him. But then he don't like that. He don't like when I say that. And that's the part where I'm battling, right? It's like I'm trying to speak life with the power of my tongue, but then I'm just such like a realistic person. I also don't. I like to prepare for maybe a disappointment. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's hard to prepare for. And the thing, I forgot where I was gonna go. It wasn't Greece. I can't remember the name, y'all. Where was it? I was supposed to be going overseas. We know what I'm talking about. I was supposed to be going overseas. At one point, I signed a contract and I had flight information and it fell through. And that devastated me. It shook me to the core. I stayed in the room all day. All day. I said, I'm not coming to practice. I can't do this. I laid on the ground all day and I cried. That's it. That's all I did. All for one whole day. And then I came out the room. I think I ate. I think I ordered food and stuff too. And I was like, fuck it. Like, this shit really hurt me. And the possibility or the potential of having my hopes so high once again for something to just hurt me so bad. I don't like that. I don't like that. So then I fall into the realistic realm of it all. But yeah, back to our talks, like, you know, we've established this relationship where I just call my mini me and I'm like mini Melissa. And we're about to hit a stage in our relationship where it's gonna change. He's going to college. I just got him. Obviously Melissa had me for like years. She knew me since middle school. I've known him for like a year. You know what I'm saying? But the relationship is very close. And when we have these talks and he's able to kind of tell me like it is, once like, we get there and he's able to tell me like it is, like I fuck with it. Cause that's the point. Like, I don't got no problem with you telling me like it is. And also, you're not wrong. Am I too hard on myself? Yeah. And we've been in the gym and I be shooting, I be cussing and getting mad at myself. I don't like that. I don't like the way you be talking to yourself sometimes. I'm like, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And then I try to provide some perspective there on, you know, I have taken steps, but maybe you just don't see it as much because you haven't known me as long. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that I don't believe in myself or that I don't believe in God, but I get discouraged at times. But also talking to him and working out with him and, just being my little road dog for the past whatever has helped me out. And even our conversations has helped me out and gave me a newfound hope of what could happen. And then on the phone with Melissa, I'm talking to her and it's just like God, I don't know if I just said it already, but God does exceedingly and abundantly more than you can imagine or possibly think of. And in one of my conversations, I said, I never even thought of this as an option. And Melissa started to get emotional about it because it's like, come on, man. Okay, God. If you saying this is an option, I ain't never even thought of it as an option before. You know what I'm saying? Say it ain't so. And so I'm like geeked up and hopeful for this small window of opportunity. At the same time, being nervous about shit. It still may not happen, man. It still may not happen the way you want it to happen. And I'm gonna have to be okay with whichever way God wants it to go. I'm like, okay, God, you gonna give me this sliver of hope again? I was down and I just got built back up a little bit like, God, what you doing? 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 Like, yeah, man. Yeah, does way more than you can imagine. Um, yeah, that's really what's been happening. And like as of very recently, like the newfound hope has just been like turned up in me. And I guess it's only been a week and I've been low, but I think the people that I've talked about have helped me, specifically Melissa right now and the Quints. And I'm just like, okay, God, what's going on? So now what? I'm finna fast until I get the answer. So I think, or I know, okay, I think, okay, hold on. I'm gonna juice fast. You heard it here first. I'm gonna juice fast till what time? Usually in the day. Mm, I'll say till 2 p.m. Till 2 p.m. Starting tomorrow, up until the point I get a final answer about what the fuck is up. And I'm gonna make my juice. I think I'll probably buy some as well. Cause you know juicing is hard, y'all. It is. It is, for real it is. Um to 2 p.m. And the reason why I say 2 p.m. because also my birthday coming up. But I've been talking with Melissa about fasting and I've been thinking about it, I think for now like 2 weeks. And I'm just like, but like for what? For what? And then we get this newfound hope, this newfound piece of information, and it's like, okay, God, let's try it. Fuck it, we ball. And I've done everything in my natural, as far as reaching out, as far as texting, as far as making phone calls, as far as working and working hard at that, as far as mentorship, as far as being the example. Um, that hey, what else? And I said 2 p.m. because my birthday, it's like my birthday week, you know what I'm saying? And it's your birthday, so I know you want to. Even if we only go to. I'm gonna be geeked up. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna save room at the end of the day for big meals. And I think I love a big dinner meal, and breakfast is really just a routine thing for me that I could, you know what I'm saying? And kind of today, I almost fasted to 2 p.m., but on accident, not purposeful. Like I came back from the gym and I was on the phone. I didn't get into the house until 12 and I didn't eat until like 1. So, like, you know what I'm saying? And I do it a lot accidentally, but this is going to be purposeful. But like, I'll have some juice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So I think I'm going to make some juices and until I get an answer. And I like the answer soon. It's gonna be soon. So now what? So I have a question. Is anything giving your hope a boost as of late? Um, do you got any like okay God moments? Like okay God, okay, like it could be like, okay God. Now what? Like okay God, I see you. Okay God, not too much. Okay God, okay. Like do we got any of them? What type of okay God moments do we got? Like okay God. Um, do I have any more questions? Have you ever fasted before? I think like with intention, and they talk about fasting not just with food, but like in the Bible and stuff. There's fasting with food, and there's intentionality. I know like Todd does like is it like a whole month of fasting until a certain time, and then I know like Ramadan, and other religions like fasting with purpose and intention, like but they don't get no water either. So I'll have water and like fruit juice. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give me like fruit juice, not like sweet juice, but like fruit juice. You know what I'm saying? Fruit juice. Fruit and fruit juice. So yeah, that's what I got. And it's been another episode of the Kyrie Rashid Show, and I'm so glad that and you and you and you're gonna that you decided to come back for more. Get at me in the cut with my tweet.